There are 2 steps to finding relevant research articles. First, you need to define your search. Second, you need to access a relevant database. First, you need to know what you're looking for. You'll need to be able to articulate what kind of information you want to find and turn that concept into keywords so you can search for it. In this example, you are stuck on how to help Maria, a client with bipolar disorder who you believe also has a problem with alcohol. How would you come up with keywords to describe the situation Maria is in? The first component might be the issue that Maria is struggling with, alcohol. If you think about how authors of research papers might describe problems with alcohol, you can probably come up with a few keywords to describe this concept. Drinking, alcohol, maybe even substance use or abuse or dependence. The second component is Maria's comorbidity, her bipolar disorder. If you were to guess how that might be described in the literature, you might use the keyword bipolar, but maybe also broader mental health keywords like mental illness, psychiatric disorder, or even the word comorbidity. The third component has to do with an intervention and/or an outcome for Maria. What kind of interventions are you considering? What kinds of outcomes are you hoping to achieve? Thinking back to a conversation about a different client with your supervisor, you remember that she had mentioned motivational interviewing as a potential intervention. You wonder if that would work for Maria. Now that you have an idea for what keywords to search, you can figure out where to search. Many databases do not contain the full text of each article, but only information like the title, abstract, and other metadata for the citation. Other databases do contain full text. Some contain both. You can find only abstracts for some articles and full text for other articles. Sometimes, just because you locate the abstract does not necessarily mean you can read the full text. You may have to have a separate subscription to that article's journal in order to read the whole article. To find out what options you have for searching, ask your employer if they subscribe to any databases or journals. If your organization has a library website, you can probably find this information on that site. If your organization has a librarian, ask that librarian for help. Today you'll learn how to access a free database called PubMed. PubMed is a very large biomedical database that is available for anyone to search. However, it only has citations for articles. It does not have the full articles in it. If your employer has journal subscriptions, you'll be able to click a link out of PubMed to see the full text for those journal articles. If you don't have access to any journal subscriptions, you'll also learn how to limit your results to only those that have freely available full text. Before you get started, remember once again that PubMed does not have full articles in it. When you do this search, you are not searching the full text within an article. You're only searching the article metadata, the title, abstract, etc. So it's good that you took some time earlier to identify potential keywords since you only have a limited amount of information that is searchable to you. Click on the Advanced Search screen. Now type in some of the keywords you identified for Maria's case. Remember that you identified 3 main concepts: problem drinking, bipolar comorbidity, and motivational interviewing as a possible intervention. Type in the first concept. For the keywords you consider to be synonymous, make sure you choose the "or" to go between them. It can also be helpful to put quotation marks around a phrase when you want to search for that exact phrase. Otherwise, PubMed will search for each word separately. If you click Add to History, the concept will be saved down there in the search history. You will be able to come back to it shortly once you add the other components of your search. Now you can type in the second concept. PubMed does not automatically search plurals or other variations of words, so you'll need to type in each variation to find it. That's why you may want to add words like mentally ill alongside mental illness. You can also capture all possible endings of a root word by using an asterisk, as shown here. Finally, you can add the third concept. Now you can combine everything into one search. By clicking the dots to the left of anything in your history, you can add it back up into the builder. This time, you want to combine all of these 3 concepts with an "and," because you want to see all the results that have this alcohol aspect, and they also have to have this bipolar aspect, and they also have to say motivational interviewing. You could have typed this all together as one search, but taking it one step at a time like this is often an easier way to explore the literature. If you want to change your mind about one piece of the search, for example, to choose a different intervention, you can just go back and change that one line without having to retype the whole thing. Remember that you may not have full-text access to all of the results if your organization has not subscribed to these journals. So to limit to only freely available full text, use this free full text filter. However, it's important to realize that if your organization does subscribe to journals, you'll be missing out on their paid content if you use this filter. So this filter is only for users who do not have any journal subscriptions. Now you can look at fewer results. You can keep them sorted by best match, or you can sort by date if you want to see the most recent articles first. To read the full text of a paper, click on the result and then look over on the right for a button that says Free Full Text. This looks like a relevant article. The next step, of course, is to read it, and after you've read it, to evaluate it. The next video will show you how to critically appraise the research that you read.